Have you met God? To be honest. Have you met Buddha? How much knowledge you have about them? Maybe you read some of Buddha's teachings, some of the teachings that you see in the Quran or in the Bible. Right? So your job is to follow those wonderful teachings, not to kill other people in the name of that invisible force. Right? The God, as I said, you have not seen. Buddha, you have not seen. But these people are sitting in front of you. They are breathing. They are alive. How can you have no feeling towards these people and then pretend you have great feeling for those higher up? The higher ups don't need any defending method. If they are omniscient, they are all powerful, they can defend themselves. You don't have to kill for them. You have to defend these people. They are vulnerable. They are fragile. They have problems, difficulties. Right? So fighting in the name of religion is the worst thing. It's like medicine becoming poison. I really want to give the message that we should, number one, feel happy that I'm born as a human being, where you can do so many great things. If you're born as a dog or a cow, there's nothing much they can do. It's so clear to us. So we should not be acting like animals. I mean, in some cases, animals are better than us. Right? So since we have this great mental power and physical facilities, we should use this to make your life happy and others' life also happy. And don't develop this stupid, mind of dividing people, segregating people. The Buddha said, there is no way you can please me excepting pleasing sentient beings. If you please sentient beings, if you please human beings, then you are pleasing me. If you mistreat these people, these sentient beings, then bow before me, make some offerings. He said, this is duplicity. This is not true religious practice. True religious practice is not going around the temple, not making prostrations. It is changing your mind, transforming your mind. Because it is your mind which will bring long-lasting happiness or which will also bring long-lasting suffering. It is your mind, not your body. So therefore it is important to take good care of your mind more than you take care of your body. For body we do take some care. These days people just pour in so many types of vitamins, they do some exercise and jogging and yoga and meditation. Meditation may be for mind. All those things you do, but for the mind, there's nothing much we do. So when I say transform and change the mind, I'm not saying become a Buddhist. Make this very clear. I'm saying, yes, you can follow the Buddha's teaching, you can follow others' teaching also, and then you take the best out of those teachings. Many people ask the question, which religion is best? This is a stupid question. This is like asking which medicine is best. You cannot pick up one medicine and say this is best. This is more costly, therefore this is best. If you have diarrhea, you cannot pick up a medicine for headache and say this is the best. So that medicine which cures your personal illness is best for you, but that doesn't mean that medicine is best for others who are having different physical problems. So you cannot say this particular medicine is best. So similarly, religion also, depending upon your mental disposition, one particular religion may be more suitable to you, the others may not be suitable to you, but this does not mean it is irrelevant to others. So therefore respect. Every religion. Every philosophy. Right? So therefore, in our daily life, what is important is develop a proper motivation. Every day, right in the morning, you develop a proper motivation that I will make this day meaningful. Meaningful means not only sitting in a corner and doing some practice, not because you can't do that all the time. You have to do your work for your food, clothing, so forth. So whatever you're doing, whatever your job, whatever your profession, try to get at least 5-10 minutes in the morning. As soon as you get out from the bed, don't just jump to switch on the TV and see what is happening between Israel and Iran, which I'm also tempted to see, unfortunately. So the first thing that you should do is, with a feeling of bliss and happiness, you should think that it's wonderful that I'm able to wake up again as a human being and able to live another day. There's no guarantee. So appreciate that. It's wonderful. Now particularly at this particular time, the weather is so wonderful here. Right? You are not sick. You are able to attend the teaching. So appreciate all these good things that you have. And then you should say that I will make this day meaningful. Make that promise. This is like charging the battery. The purpose of charging the battery is not to use it when there is broad daylight, but to use it when there is darkness in the night, when there is no proper light. Then you use that charged flashlight or torch. So similarly, having developed this motivation as charging the battery, then at the close of the day, before you go to sleep, review the day's experience and see whether you managed to live in accordance with the promise that you made in the morning. If you find that you are successful in fulfilling your promise, then be happy and go to sleep very peacefully. I made my day meaningful. I helped this person, that person. In my case, also I do this. Number of people come to see me, then I talk to them, and sometimes my words benefit them a little bit. Sometimes it may be just guiding them what to read. There are many ways of helping people, which they may not have access. I may have the access, so I say, okay, read this book, that book, things like that. Just as I was saying this, read this book. So then I feel happy. Yes, I was able to help. Right? So in this way you make your life meaningful. And then if you find that you could not fulfill your promise that you made in the day, then you should regret. Yes, I could not live up to my promise, up to my motivation, but tomorrow I will improve. Tomorrow I will improve. Don't lose this determination. Tomorrow I will live. So like that, you have to repeatedly do it. Just like for the body, you have to eat every day, 3-4 times a day. So for the mental, spiritual food also, you need to do this reflection and meditation, whatever you call it, 3-4 times a day. Nourish it, right? Then gradually you will see the benefit, you will see the change. That is the way. And then, even when you go to sleep, even you find that you lived a meaningful life, your promise was successful, but that's not the end of the story. When you, just before you go to bed, close your eye, think something about something positive. Maybe try to remember one very impactful verse of Shantideva, or Buddha, or Nagarjuna, and see whether you know the meaning of that teaching or not. So while thinking like that, then you fall asleep. Sometimes it is interesting that it may be worse that you could not really figure out the meaning. But in the night, with this motivation, when you sleep, sometimes you are able to get the meaning during the sleep. Because during the sleep time, the mind is very clear. Because you have withdrawn all your senses. All your senses are not functioning. You are more or less dead. Then the mind gets the opportunity to really wake up and become very clear. You may be physically sleeping here in Dharamsala. Mentally you may be shopping in New York. Right? So this shows the mind's capacity to become stronger, more energetic, when you don't give too much credit to the physical demands. Right? So in this way, 24 hours you are practicing, in the day, in the night also. Contrarily, just before you close your eye, if you watch a horror movie or something else, you might replay the scene in the dream also. This is how you end up piling the negative, activities. Right? So therefore, to make a long story short, what I'm saying is, in your day-to-day life, appreciate the fact that you are born as a human being. And then make a determination that I will use this human life meaningful. Meaningful means as much as possible help others. As much as possible don't harm others. That is making your life meaningful. It's not so much about how many mantras you chant, how many prayers you chant. Okay, you can chant the mantra, all those things, but the main thing is how much you are helping others. How much you are refraining from yourself, harming others. How much you are taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself is very, very important now because you have started thinking about helping others. You are now important. As Martin Luther King said, you can all, this is how he said, you can all become great because you can all help. This is what Martin Luther King said, To become great doesn't mean you become a president or prime minister or billionaire or millionaire. Great actually means whether people give you the recognition or not. Great person is somebody who knows how to bend down and help others. It's a great person. We can all become great because we can all help. Right? So that is the key. I mean, we can keep on talking. Sometimes we are so carried by word and sentences and texts. We read 100 different texts. At the end of the day, you have nothing to practice. That should not be there. As I always have been saying, that if you are thirsty, you need to drink water, not necessarily the whole ocean. No need. Understand some of the basic things, basic human kind of ways of doing things. Smile, help others, say nice words, and don't harm others. Don't develop negative emotion to manipulate others. These days, unfortunately, when it comes to the money, people are ready to cheat anybody. Very, 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 very unfortunate. I mean, in politics, we all see. People don't even hesitate telling lie after lie. Brazen lie. Very shameful, very unfortunate. There is no decency. There is no human, feeling and morality, you see. And how can you have a strong, successful country when nobody can trust anybody? How? Right? So unfortunately, these things are happening in many countries. But we should not collude with those things. Right? Whatever other people are doing, at least in your case. Sometimes people ask me, this is what is happening in the society, so Geshe-la, how can I do this? I said, okay, if all people are jumping from the 9th floor and committing suicide, will you also commit suicide? You should be different. When the whole situation is difficult, then your need is much more than before. If everybody is perfect, then even if there's no Buddha, it's okay. We have problems, we have difficulties, we have misunderstandings. Therefore we need people who help, who encourage. Generally speaking, majority of the people I consider very good people. It is not that people are, hopeless and nothing can be done. I mean, there is ignorance, there is difficulty, there is misunderstanding, but at the core, they are all basically good people. Everywhere you go. Ordinary people, I'm saying. They want to just have a nice family, help each other, earn their daily bread. That's all. If you go to a big city like New Delhi, which has allowed 20 million or something like that, how many people get killed in a day? Maybe countable few. But how many people are being taken care of in the families, in the hospitals? Millions are taking care. So this actually means love is much more predominant, much more stronger. But sometimes what we see in the medias, newspapers, is the bad things, not the good ones. So therefore sometimes we might get the impression that we are hopeless. So we should try to highlight those good things also. It's very, very important. Right? Not only cricket and Bollywood and Hollywood, singing, dancing, not only that. But talk about morality, talk about, tell the story of somebody who helped somebody, who saved the life of somebody. Those things must be there, you see. So these are not much discussed, unfortunately, but we can't blame anybody. We should play our own role. Right?